VelociPodcast. VelociPodcast.
Hey, sexy friend. He's making me his bitch. Today's topic is Jesus' foreskin, which may very well be a sentence you've never heard before. Jesus' foreskin is called the Holy Prepuce. I'm not 100% I'm saying that right. But Prepuce, Prepuce, or Prepuce. That is Jesus' foreskin. Like all Jewish kids from his time in his region, he was circumcised. That in itself is not that interesting. This story becomes very, very interesting 800 years later when Charlemagne becomes emperor. And the story is that Charlemagne was in church praying, and an angel came to him and gave him a tiny human foreskin. You can look at this story two ways: 100% factual or 100% skeptical. In both ways, it is just a really weird story. So first of all, let's say this is 100% factual. Charlemagne's in church and he's praying. I'm assuming he's not praying for the Holy Prepuce. Maybe he's praying for its well-being, which is fine, but I would actually assume he's not praying for its possession. While he's praying, an angel comes to him. I don't know if it's through the door, if he just appears in the sky. I don't know how these things work. But an angel comes to him and says, Charlemagne, I have something for you. It's a tiny human foreskin. One of the assumptions I actually make is that when an angel gives you something, be it an object or instructions, you don't really think about it. You just kind of do what you're told. So he says, here's a human foreskin. You just say, thank you. I'm guessing you don't ask what you're supposed to do with it. That'll all become apparent later. After that, Charlemagne becomes emperor, and Pope Leo III is the one who puts the crown on his head. And the story goes that Charlemagne then gave Jesus' foreskin to Pope Leo as a present. And this is the part that seems strange to me if you look at this as 100% factual, because when an angel comes to you and gives you a present, I'm betting in most cases you're supposed to keep it and not regift it. This is what leads me to the skeptical, 100% realistic story, which to me is Charlemagne wakes up one day and he finds he has a tiny human foreskin in his hand again. And I'm going to bet drinking was involved somehow. There's no way you get a foreskin without having a cocktail or two. So Charlemagne needs a story, and he needs to be good, and it needs to be quick. He needs to get rid of this thing in some way. So Charlemagne thinks to himself, I got it. And he's actually using the logic that I just applied to the angel. When I become emperor, what I'm going to do is I'm going to hand this human foreskin I have to Pope Leo and tell him an angel gave it to me. And in the same way I would be dazzled by an angel coming to me, Leo is not going to know what to do. He's going to have to just accept what I say as fact because I'm now emperor, and I have just handed him a piece of a human body. And I'm telling him it's a present. So he gets crowned emperor. He hands Pope Leo, I'm assuming in a box, something nice with a little, like a ring box that you would do when you get engaged. And says, here's Jesus' foreskin. An angel gave it to me. You came for the ceremony and made me emperor. I was going to be emperor anyways. You weren't really involved in that part. But here we are. Just a thanks, buddy. I'm giving you a tiny human foreskin.
VelociPodcast. VelociPodcast.
Hey, sexy friend. He's making me his bitch.
Thank you for listening. If you have questions or comments, you can tweet at VelociPeter or email VelociPodcast@gmail.com. You can find the podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, Acast, or go to VelociPeter.com/podcast.